Welcome into YSN Live and Player Profile. Logan Hackstedde here from Poland. Logan, you play defensive line. We were just talking about it earlier. And why do you like playing defensive line?
Compared to offense, I like making the tackles rather than like not giving up tackles, but it's always a better feeling like you can make bigger plays on defense. And I've always just been a guy that I've always liked watching defense, even like in the NFL or college. Like I've always been a guy that's been big on defense. So I guess it just fell that way.
And of course, your coaches praise you for making a tackle and they get on you for missing, allowing a tackle on the offensive line.
Yeah.
So it's that way it's a little easier, yeah. And, you're a senior this year and you've played all 4 years for Poland. What's it been like going through that program?
Honestly, I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's been awesome. I came in as a freshman. I went to Holy Family through 8th grade, and everyone just took me in like I've been there my whole life. And it's been amazing. Like we have such a tight group, and that's half the reason why we've been so good this year.
If you could put one word to describe your team, what would it be?
I think it's just a brotherhood. Like everyone would do anything. Everyone has each other's backs, and like if anything happens on the field or off the field, we're always there for each other no matter what.
Now, one word to describe yourself as a player.
I'd say I became a leader this year. I've always been a quiet guy. Like through my junior year, I didn't want to say anything that like anyone took the wrong way. But as I've grown older, I've learned to just say what's on my mind because it's good for the team. And it's not always what someone wants to hear, but it's what someone needs to hear.
Exactly. And shifting to the tally, the season's gone. You guys are 5-0. Touched on with Coach Pavlansky. What are you guys doing so well that you can continue to go throughout the season? Keep doing that.
Honestly, I think our practices this year, practice has been a lot different. We have a routine this year. We're not just doing different things like last year. Like every week would be different. Like this year, we've been sticking to our schedule, and it's helped us to like shoot us to where we are now. And our coaches have been pushing us all throughout the summer. We went to like a 3-day camp away in like Northeast Ohio, and it's just been awesome. Like that's why we're just such a tight group.
I'm glad you mentioned practice because it's a well-known saying you can't play good if you don't practice good.
Yeah.
People think you can, and those teams go 1-9 and aren't in the playoffs while you guys are consistently contending for state and regional titles.
Yeah.
And you guys had a big win against Hubbard last week, and I'm sure you got relieved early because of the lopsided score.
Yeah.
So how nice is that? Because you normally win big, but you get a little bit of a break.
Honestly, since it's different than like college and NFL, you always got that next week. But like since I'm a senior, I like playing all 4 quarters. I always try to beg my coach to keep me in as long as he can. Like last week, even though we won big, I just try to stay in as much as I can. But I'm always rooting for the younger guys once they get in the game. So it's kind of cool to see what they can do after pushing us all week in practice. Like see what they can do on the field, and it's nice cheering them on.
And now you guys have South Range this week. And, of course, your coach told you no predictions, so we're staying completely away from that topic. So what can you tell me about this game and how excited you are for a rivalry game against South Range in the conference?
I'm honestly really excited. NE8 is just a different league. Like, it's way more physical. Like, the teams, we all know each other a lot more, and it's just awesome, like, playing against everyone. And, I'm really excited for this week because a lot of people say we haven't played anyone yet. But, I think we proved we are, and we're going to prove this week that we're a team that everyone needs to plan for. And honestly, like this week, I don't care how many fans are there. I don't care. Like, it's just awesome to play at home in front of everyone. And I think this week's going to be a big week for us.
And say what you want about, schedule strength. Regardless, you go 1-0 every week. It doesn't matter what anyone says.
Exactly.
As your coach is saying, just focus on this week, and that's how it is.
Yes.
And so as a senior, what do you think about for college next year? Playing football, doing something else?
Although I love football, I love playing sports. I love watching sports. I've honestly haven't. I think I want to go into like the engineering. I don't know yet. I know I don't want to play sports, although I love it. I'm sure I'll always like play with my friends and stuff, like some pickup or something like that. But I'm not decided yet. But I think I want to go into engineering.
You have a school picked out yet, or not quite?
Not yet. I'm between like Kent State or YSU. I don't know yet.
Can't go wrong with either of those.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us. It's been Logan Hackstedde, Poland defensive tackle, to take on South Range this Friday. Check them out on YSN Live. Logan, thanks for joining me.
All right, thank you for having me.
Of course.